My name is Pyry Kartunnen. Sometimes I go by Alex just because it's easier. I'm an undergraduate at UNT, junior right now, and my graduation will be about May 2021. So I chose my specific major, chemistry, basically because I've always been interested in chemistry. It kind of breaks things down into like the building blocks of life and everything, and there's so much left to discover today. And basically, when you look at almost everything, every industry and everything, there's chemists and chemical engineers involved somehow behind the scenes working on it. So actually, that's one of the things I still need to work on a bit. I haven't been that involved with the campus, groups and stuff, but I'm a member of the American Chemical Society. It's off campus, but I believe recently they've started an ACS chapter on UNT though, so I need to get in touch with them about that. The American Chemical Society, or ACS for short, it's basically like a large pool of different professionals, chemists, and either in academia or in professional fields. It's basically like it's networking, like on a large scale, and then they also do a lot of different conventions, talking about new things that are coming up in the fields and stuff like that. So connect with other students in your major. The more you talk with people who are interested in the same things you are, the more driven I guess you'll be. And also reach out to your advisors, because there's a lot of stuff they'll know that you didn't even think about doing maybe. Well, number one thing is get in contact with the Career Center if you want to do internships or part-time jobs while being a student. When I talked to the Career Center the first time, it turned out that there's actually quite a few different openings for internships and part-time jobs in the science fields. It's just, I guess a lot of students don't know about it, so they don't even apply. So there's a lot of openings, and I would say get in contact with them maybe at least a few months before your semester starts, because that way you can kind of change your schedule if you need to match up and be able to work at the same time. Overall, I'm working with one of the lead chemists in the research department. They call it discovery chemistry, and I check for the purity of different compounds coming in for testing, and then the solubility of different chemicals that we produce. The first time when I contacted RIATA, it was because it was the best fit for me. Number one, you have to be able to make classes in the right time, and so it's not too much of a drive for me, and I was able to kind of work my school schedule around work time. And then another thing, there was a few different jobs that kind of matched it, and then one thing about RIATA is they're on the leading edge of developing new medicines and new medicines for kidney diseases actually. So it's pretty interesting. For the internships, undergraduate internships, in the interviews, they don't really ask you too many technical questions. It's more focused on, for chemistry, number one thing is safety. Do you know journal lab safety? That was a big one they talked about. And also the one they actually stressed about was why I chose chemistry in the first place. I believe that they wanted to know basically because they want to hire people who actually want to work there and want to be a part of what they're doing, and not someone who's just going through the motions. UNT Career Center, they have quite a few resources that you can utilize. I think the biggest thing that helped me out was I did a mock interview before my actual interview with RIATA with Susan at their Career Center. She kind of gave me some tips and pointers I didn't think about maybe discussing about the classes I've done and what I've learned so far. They put you in touch with different employers, because actually a lot of them do contact the university to see if there's any available students that they could have internships and stuff. So they put you in contact with a lot of the companies, and I was emailing with RIATA actually for probably a month before I actually did the interview. So overall, there's not really much I can think of that the Career Center can add. The one thing is though is visibility. The Career Center could maybe advertise a little bit more, because I didn't really know about much about it until towards the end of my sophomore year of everything they can do, and I talked to my advisor, and she directed me to them, and then I kind of found out that way. So if we could maybe be a little bit more visible on campus, and then students would know more about what the Career Center can provide. I'd say the best way to make your time on campus the most productive is get in contact with different industry professionals as early as possible. You can, even your freshman year, some companies will take you as an intern. You don't have to wait until your junior or senior year. Also, just begin networking as soon as possible. The more people you know, the more contacts you know, the better, more opportunities you will have. It seems simple, but most people don't do it. So